Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name. And in celebration of the new expansion Journey to Angora, I always like to cover my favorite flavor text of the cards coming out before the expansion actually releases. As we know, they always put them in our collection a couple days beforehand. We can't craft them yet, but we can take a look at what the card art looks like, the golden animations, and of course the flavor text, which is pretty exciting. So I have rated all of the cards. I think there's like 141 or 135. There's somewhere in between there of cards. I looked them all over and I kind of picked out my top 10 favorite flavor texts, and let's get right into it. So we have our first one here of the Tortolian Primallyst, and his flavor text is, "I see pizza in my future." So not that this is the most intricate or crazy flavor text, but I figured because pizza is one of my favorite foods besides sushi, of course, this was just a good flavor text. I mean, how could you disagree with any flavor text as "I see pizza in my future"? And as you can see, his battle cry and discovers like discover a random spell and cast it with a random target. So he's like discovering his future, and it's pizza, which you can't really disagree with that too much. Just well-rounded card. Very, very good. Very good card. The next one is going to be the Charged Devilsaur. If we look at the picture first, we see that he's a dinosaur. He's going crazy, and you're like, all right, what's going on here? And it says, what happens when a dinosaur mixes soda and pop rocks together? Because he's got like all this shit foaming out of his mouth. He's got electricity on his back. His tail doesn't even look like a normal dino tail. It's like what is it called? Those dragons from Mr. Pandaria, those little serpent guys. It looks like that. So this is a lot going on inside this little dino that we have here. So I figured the flavor text matches the picture pretty well, and it was pretty good because as a kid, you know, we always used to put the pop rocks on our tongue, and then we put soda in there, and it's really never that great of an idea, but we did it anyway. The next one's going to be Living Mana. I got a good chuckle off of this. It says, if you truly love your mana, set it free. And the card actually turns your mana into 2/2 crystals, which then when they die convert back to mana. When I read over this card, I got a pretty good chuckle because if I've heard the quote, you know, if you love someone, let them free. So if you love your mana, let it free. I thought it was pretty good. Heading on to the next one is going to be Razor Petal Volley. The result of a fundamental misunderstanding of the phrase flower power. So this one, those Lasher guys, if anybody played WoW, they know how annoying the early game was with these little flower vine dudes. I don't know, it was like Razor Fen Downs or Crawl. It was like two dungeons side by side in the Barrens, and they had these guys in it, and these guys were like some of the most annoying ads you had to deal with, because not only would they be in large chunks, but I feel like when you killed them, they would just make more of them, and you were always killing them. So it was just one of those really annoying dungeons that I'll never forget, and that's why I like this card, or like the flavor text a lot. The next one is going to be the new Paladin Legendary, surprisingly, and it goes, let's read him. He's the 6 mana 3/7, and what makes him funny is the battle cry, set all other minions attack to 3 health, and it goes, ironically, his favorite number is 4, because he sets all the, you know what I'm saying. I thought it was funny. Again, these are my preferences, guys. You don't have to agree with them. I want you to agree with them, but they're my preferences. So if I left any out that you really enjoyed, let me know in the comment section below. But I think these are pretty good. This next one I like a lot, Biteweed. It's the 2 mana 1/1 combo, gain 1/1 for each other card you've played this turn. So it's basically a smaller Van Cleef, and he goes AKA Edwin Van Leaf. Haha, because he's a weed. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? The next one's gonna be Pyres. I like this one a lot. The 2 mana 2/2 elemental death rattle, return this to your hand as a 6/6 that costs 6, and it goes, if you strike her down, she shall become more powerful than you can ever. Well, she becomes a 6/6 anyways. So it's like it was trying to hype up this giant Pyros dragon phoenix. Just kidding, no dragon, but still phoenix. And it's just like, she's gonna become a 6/6. And then she turns into an 8/8. But still, really, really cool stuff. I like it. Our next one, we're getting to, this is our top 3 right now. This one's a good one. Volcano, 5 mana, deal 15 damage randomly, spring among all minions, overload 2, and it goes, many of our young shamans summon a volcano as their first school project. So I mained shaman in WoW for a long time now. I currently don't have sub because I kind of ran out of time to really play and grind it out. As anybody who plays WoW knows, it's an extremely grind heavy game. but I played Shaman for a long time, so like this, you know, as Shamans and the elementals and always doing things with nature, this one just hit home with many young Shaman summoned a Volcano as their first school project, and with also just graduating college, I know too much about school projects, so this one hit right home for me. All right, this is the good stuff. This would be our second place. The next one is our top one, Meteor. As we know, it does a shit ton of damage, and with the expansion being with dinosaurs, it makes sense that a Meteor for mages was being here because it brought the dinosaurs to be extinct, as we know. Well, we think we know, but we really don't know. We're just assuming, and we know what happens when we assume. We make an ass out of you and me, but we're not going to go into that. When you absolutely, positively have to kill dinosaurs is the flavor text on this one, which I thought was hilarious. I really like the picture. There's a lot of... I just like the picture. I wanted to say there's a lot of stuff going on, but really it's just a giant meteor, and you're in the jungle, obviously. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the golden animation to this is. I think it'll look really cool, so I like it a lot. Our last, but not least, and by last, it's actually our number one, so we're counting down from 10 to 1, and it's going to be... Dino Size. So this one sounds like some sort of fun meal you'd have at a fast food restaurant, and it goes Dino Size, comes with fries and a drink. So I thought this one was pretty good. I mean, the picture of it is just great. I mean, it's a Murloc. Well, it was a small Murloc, and he's getting infused with the lightning, and then he's like this giant leaping Murloc over him. He's like, holy shit, this is a lot of powers, not hours. But yeah, overall cool. I don't like it. It's an epic. I feel like, a lot of free-to-play players, when they open up epics and legendaries, they expect those cards to be good, and then they put them in their deck, and most of the time, a lot of the epics and legendaries aren't as good as, some commons and rares, but that's beside the point of the whole flavor text thing. I like it a lot, and it's my favorite. So these are my top 10. If anybody who has any, not suggestions, but if you want to inform me of maybe any of the flavor texts I might have looked over or missed out, or just informing me of your favorite flavor text, feel free to leave the comment in the section below, and I'll read over it and try to respond back to you as soon as possible, as always. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode, and hopefully see you soon with these new cards. And our pack opening is going to be soon, where I think we're going to be opening up like 450 packs-ish. Something that sounds about right, so that's going to be pretty epic. So I'll see you guys then. As always, I'm Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.